really free PL game too, if you want to go.
How many times are we gonna say it?
Look at their lineup.
I know. It's just
if you say it often enough, you know, we're just manifesting.
it did
PL
get buffed
coming out.
in the patch.
Oh, there we go.
My
Oh
God.
my gosh! I can't believe it actually.
I mean, in my mind, it was Deuce or PL. I think it was those two are too juicy not to pick.
Okay.
This is why you want a TI fear.
yes.
The curveball.
It might be related to the matchup that he's playing into, where he can push or pull some of the heroes. But push is going to be probably better in this one, because you're playing against Slardar, and then you can push him away from yourself. Maladish, 3 stacks of Shadow Poison.
Yeah,
Fourth one is going to be the kill.
Might end up trading here to Watson, and that should be the case. He'll doppelganger and get away from XXS.
I guess XXS did not want to save him there. He had Magic Wand ready, did not want to use it. His Aphotic Shield was off cooldown because he is playing with the Quickening Facet. Bottom lane, Polosan will drop.
Hey, he stood his ground knowing that he was probably going to be dead there using that Shackle, but they lose vision of Tofu. A Blood Grenade from Maladich, and now they're going to go back on Ame. Celestial Hammer, Jin-Q makes the rotation, mirroring over. Jakiro's moving down towards bottom. The Starbreaker lands. Ame doesn't have Refraction for 6 seconds, but he will end up getting under the tower. He did lose those Gloves of Haste as Ace killed the Courier after killing Polosan. 4 stacks hit onto Ace, but nothing more coming out from the Shadow Demon here for Xtreme.
Extra XP, and so will XXS with this rotation from Shadow Demon. Both of them are going to be getting it.
Coming over towards mid, and the look over, trying to get Quinn. Dream Coil placed down, but they get the kill on the Quinn, and Jin-Q will be traded. Maladich might be next. They've got the Corrosive Haze, the Dual Breath, but the Bash comes through. Tofu trying to help out this Jakiro, but now it's a double kill for XM. Might even be a triple kill, a Bash, and there's another for XM.
Oh man, he's level 7.
XXS still to go in deep with Polosan over here. They've also got both supports, a Doppelganger, and they'll leave. Watson gets out of there, leaves Maladich to die, and this could just be the tier 1 tower top 2.
Farming in the triangle for both of these teams.
Corrosive Haze bottom, and the Blink Slithering Crush. He stole Refraction.
Cool.
It keeps him alive, but for a little bit longer than what would have been the normal death timer onto a Rubik.
Let's see how they approach this one. Smoke ran out. Jin-Q, nice deny.
Denies the Haste Rune, now in the water, but stole the Disruption, so that'll stop XM from coming over. The Dream Coil used on a Jin-Q, but now Quinn's got to get out. XM blinks, Slithering Crush has the Corrosive Haze, trying to control up this puck. Polosan's waiting for him to come over to his side with that Illusory Orb, and he jaunts right into a Hex. Objective-oriented for Xtreme. They get the first tier 2 pre-18 minutes, and they also find Ace. But they need to get the damage here to kill him off, and he'll Celestial Hammer up into the high ground.
Also, very interesting item build from Ace. This is not... I'll hold that thought. Maladich fighting against XM. Jin-Q is ready with the Disruption.
Yeah, Dream Coil doesn't have to worry yet.
Crush, let's go.
There's the Crush, the Fade Bolt, and still cannot kill him, but the Telekinesis throws him into the Macro Pyre, and that's still not enough to save anybody. Maladich ends up dead. Watson looking for an entry point into the fight. Will go after Polosan to take the Shadow Shaman away from this one. Doppelganger deep, but now Disruption onto an Illusion. Slithering Crush is going to be off the mark. Watson goes into the trees. He's trying to avoid anything that is coming from the side of Xtreme Gaming. Get to the backlines, look for these supports. With the Defusal, he'll move forward, take away the mana for the Shadow Demon. They'll even use that Solar Guardian, but the damage coming into Watson isn't enough. Not really. But the Slithering Crush hits, and XM finds the real one and then kills him. Ace came in with this Solar Guardian and now is going to be pulled over as they hit another Slithering Crush with the minus armor. The kills are quick, and Xtreme come out ahead.
Nice item for Quinn. Usually you don't see this item, that's why it is fastest by 11 minutes. Shiva's Guard to scout things out, and also a good amount of armor.
Ame's out of mana immediately. This Aegis looks like it's going to be used pretty quickly. Disruption on some illusions, and then the focus is onto the supports. Polosan is going to be taken out very fast. So they got the Aegis, they took out the Shadow Shaman, now they're going to look for more of the Solar Guardian. Now they're looking over at XM, who pops the BKB. The Dream Coil is going to be committed. Ame's getting a little bit low, but so is Watson, who has to fight back. But Ame, does he have the damage? Watson on the run, still alive. They got the silence, they get the shield. Ame, they'll find XXS. XM goes down, and it's all Gaimin Gladiators. This is a Phantom Lancer that is showing that you should believe in him because he takes over quick and then you have no answer.
Finally.
Finally getting that
Aquatic
shield too.
That's the best ability that you can steal in this one, and they did a pretty good job protecting each other. This Heartened Phantom Lancer gives him 60 HP per region.
Before that last fight, but now it's all kind of come crumbling down. The cores of Dawnbreaker and Quinn getting a hit. Serpent Wards, look how quickly the Shadow Shaman is just dead. Bolosin never stood a chance, and neither does XM. There's too many heroes here for the side of Gaimin Gladiators overwhelming them, and you just cannot get the damage out. They'll look for Ace, and they will get this kill.
He got him
but
off the
now
trap.
Ame is in trouble. He falls in XXS. You borrowed all the time you could, but you're hit with a telekinesis, and you're dead too. Not continuing to try and take this Roche. They've smoked themselves at Xtreme, are doing the up and around high wrap. Maladich up on the high ground. XXS blinks in, but Quinn's going to go through, and with that waning rift, they pulled him in for a second. They go to the Dream Coil, and Ame's just dead so fast. There is no answer here for the side of Xtreme Gaming. They've got the shackles on a Quinn, but they just don't have the damage follow-up anymore without the Templar Assassin. BKB comes through from XM, but he is on the run. They've got their hands around XXS. They'll take it the Abaddon. They'll find the Slardar, and Watson looking at him, coming their way, and he says, "What, son? I got your number."
Uses it.
Ooh.
Let's see, XXS. Every single time.
Looking for an
Does
opening.
not want to give it away.
On the back line, this might be the play. They've got the Hex. They go to the Serpent Wards. They get the kill on a Maladich, but they use the Solar Guardian, dropping in immediately. They lose your orb and jaunting towards the back end of the fight, but XM's off to the side, not committing to anything just yet. They do not have this Jakiro, but they still have an Aegis. They still have 2 lives available on Watson. Maybe they can make a hold, immediately TPing into the outpost. Solar Guardian available again. Dream Coil going to be thrown onto Jinkyu. Finally, a Photic Shield is going to be stolen. So now you've got that, but you
And
were
they kill him
immediately
instantly.
killed for your grievances. They'll look for XXS to borrow time. It's going to get popped. 12 seconds left on this Aegis, so maybe they have a chance to go after Watson as the Aegis expires, but Ame's on the run with the BKB, and Watson wants to chase him down, but eventually turns back and secures himself mega creeps. In goes XM, but out he goes in a body bag. If they could just talk him down, and they will. Maladich dead one more time, so both supports are out of the fight, but they get the kill on a Jinkyu, and now they'll look over at the rest of the heroes on the side of Xtreme. They pop that Aphotic Shield. They've got the lockdown on XXS, who gets back into the fountain just barely, but the Waning Rift pulling them all in as they start to overwhelm. I don't think Gaimin Gladiators are really in a position that this one's going to be dropped. But they've got the throne exposed. They've got the silence. They'll throw down the Dream Coil. That's going to be out of 2. Pelosin is just immediately dead. Borrowed time is popped one more time. They'll buy back on the Shadow Shaman, and they continue to just poke from afar. There's no reason to commit any further than they need to. Serpent Wards were committed, but again, Xtreme looking for a way in, and they just have no door to go through. The door is locked. They glyph, they hold on, they buy some time. There's the Solar Guardian, they go to the Hex, but the damage coming through onto the throne will make sure that they get game number 1, and Gaimin Gladiators with a Phantom Lancer and a Rubik will take game number 1.
Yeah, it did.
I love the misquoting going on there. I love the
the
misquoting.
misquoting.
Wasn't it Laurel?
I mean, you just misquoted Miposhka because he said only. He said it's only. I'm just gonna do Miposhka justice here because
Yes.
he says it's only good on last pick, but oftentimes there's still a better hero.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Good call.
Yeah, that's the other alternative to Drow that counters TB. You turn into TB and you know get to steal meta, but this one can also go both ways. This can go both ways. Like you can kill Morphling with his own illusion with Terrorblade Q. I don't feel like. Did we look up the win rate of this in the previous Wallachia, and it was actually Morphling favored?
It was 6-9.
And then finally, you got this draft for game number 2. You know, how are you feeling? Are you more confident in game number 1? Same confidence or less confidence?
Just generally like confident. Like some things in draft are like different. It's a new draft like every game, but I think we're just like pretty confident in general. So.
All right, CY, thank you very, very much. Good luck in this game number 2. We'll send over to our casters of Beacop and Lacoste.
They were looking for first spawn. They might be able to get it here as we drop into game number 2. Pelosin ends up dying to Ace as the skirmish
because of the same reasons. So I think he's going to be opting to go for that, but we'll see how good of a timing Ame is going to have on Butterfly. Tofu.
Oof, choosing to go in waveform forward, looking for Tofu, and Ame gets a kill with Pulse and help it out. We'll put some damage on to Ace, but
I don't know if you heard me clapping on stream. I did kill a mosquito right now, but it was also an easy clap move from Ame.
You got a lot going on over there. You got,
it's
you got
that
the
time of the
mosquito
year.
clap. You got to kill these bugs that are going after you. You're also dealing with the post-spicy food going on with you, and Tofu coming back in, making Bosun's life like a mosquito, easy to just swat down.
I don't think it's going to die at all in
Actually
that region.
Swipe that stack that was just made. But Maladich
Nicely
nicely up.
done from
He's
Maladich.
in trouble. They had XM TP to the bottom lane trying to get a kill on Maladich, and they will with the Exorcism. And Watson, he's only level 5, and he is dead as well. XM using that Exorcism to come through towards bottom to get a kill. And that is now Tofu swiping, but getting disposed of, so that will be him not being able to leave this fight anymore, and he'll have to sit here for what might just be an inevitable death for him. Body box from Jin-Q, making sure that he can't run away. Swashbuckle connects, and they've got the pick-me-up, and they get the kill onto the Prophet. Trying to use it, trying to be effective, but right now,
Oh, another big one.
Xtreme happy. Arcane Rune bottled up. They will also Solar Guardian in for Ace and Gaimin Gladiators. Celestial Hammer and the Glimpse back. They get the kill on XM. Now they'll look over at these supports. Close in under the tier 1 tower still isn't really that safe. Ace and Quinn are here, and Quinn will get credit for that kill as they're right up onto the tower.
It's all about anti-heal. I think they will have pretty clear timing, like pretty good timing overall on Gaimin with the trifecta against the heal, health restoration, Orphan getting caught.
Static Storm, Starbreaker, do they have the damage to sweep on a 3? But the Static Storm, not going to be enough. They'll glimpse Ame back. The Rolling Thunder connects onto Ace. Spirit Vessel on him as XXS will now focus onto Quinn, who's kind of caught up right on this edge of the steps, and he gets bounced up out of the high ground, blocked in his spot, has to try and TP out. The torrent lands, and he will be out there before they get the sleep again onto the Kunkka. Dispose onto Ace, glimpsing back this Death Prophet. Ace trying to run, has that Starbreaker, but the body blocks. The Celestial Hammer will get some space and a good sprout to stop them.
Shall not pass on this bridge. Giving respect to Dawnbreaker. If they're trying to make a move on a different side of the map, they know that this level 2 Donald can easily come in, and now they're going to gank him instead. That's one way to deal with it.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder bouncing off the edge. They go to the pick-me-up, and they're right on top of Ace. They get this kill, but the commitment in from Tofu. Ghost Ship hits the Spirit Vessel on a Jin-Q. That will be a 1-for-1. The Static Storm is going to be placed here onto XXS. That's 2 kills for the side of Gaimin Gladiators in response to losing Ace.
Kind of the same hero. You need to be fighting to get the gold. You can't really farm.
They've got the X. Torrent Static Storm. They controlled the kinetic field. That is an easy kill for Gaimin.
So I want to see, because I haven't tested it out yet, I feel like it's going to be pretty massive in terms of how close you need to be to the fight.
BKB avoiding the glimpse. But now he's got to find a way to wave form into the low ground. BKB's going to run out in a moment. They're holding the X, but he'll be able to escape that. And maybe they pulled it back, and he was still in that BKB. They go to the tidal wave. That'll pull in this Death Prophet, but they're jumping in for more. The Earth Splitter comes in from below Sin, but here is Ace with the Solar Guardian. They get the kill to Jin-Q. They look over at XM, who's inside the Static Storm, but he's got his own BKB. Rolling Thunder bounces Watson up onto the high ground, but he'll force staff back into the low ground, back into the fight. They're looking over at Death Prophet, who had the Spirit Vessel on them. They'll hit the sleep, and now they'll try to run, but glimpse back onto Pelosin. Ace right into the face of the Elder Titan, while Tofu from the high ground gets the sprout and locks up XM to get a kill there, and they'll also take the life of Pelosin. So a fight for Gaimin Gladiators that goes their way. They don't get the kill onto Ame, but they take what's around him.
We talked about him scaling. Look at the difference now between him and Jin-Q.
XXS. Rolling up, swashbuckling, and now the attempt to TP out, but there is the glimpse. They don't need it, as he is dead anyway. So Maladich getting the kill in XXS, and that ends up being 4 kills for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Sets of these knives, then you could go on vacation. And then if you get 3 people
Sold.
to do it,
I'm down.
Oh, wow. Chat, it's just a couple of sets of knives.
Ame getting initiated on, down to half HP immediately.
You'll get pulled back, thinking about the Rolling Thunder. Kinetic fields, Maladich dead very quickly. Ame doing a lot of damage, but now they hit the sweep. They're going to jump in, and Jinkyu going to go in. I see he knows his judo as he jumps through and kills off Ace, but they get the kill to the Marcy quickly. Ame getting low. Quinn trying to get the kill there, but Ame still alive and finishes off Tofu, blows some balls, and Watson trying to fight back, but Ame, he can't do any more. Evasion is a lot, but is it enough? It certainly is making things difficult, but Watson finally gets the triple kill and the Ghost Scepter TP out, but the Torrent lands. It stops that TP from XXS. The tidal wave puts him onto the low ground, and it will be Watson with the ultra kill, looking for even more.
While all this is happening, they did manage like the catapult wave. 30 minutes. It's only one catapult, but still they pushed it out. How Xtreme Gaming is gonna approach it.
Rolling Thunder hits onto Watson again, but the Static Storm comes through, and they'll drop down that Solar Guardian. Watson
Gonna get the Thunder off,
and he needs to back away. Ame, though, he's gonna be hexed. That's a hex that was just picked up by Quinn. The Unleash, the Dispose, Tofu turning towards XM, who's also got his BKB. Siphoning a little bit, but the Starbreaker lands. The Glimpse is back. Watson's at about 66% health, so he is feeling all right. But Ame, with a BKB of his own, will focus his attention on these heroes on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, but they lose Jinkyu. Down goes Pelosi, and Ace has this. They've got the Hex again. Ame's dead. 4 heroes gone on the side of Xtreme. No Ame for 90 seconds.
They're so tanky. Him getting Sunder off on Maladich, Nature's Prophet, getting out of trouble, TPing with TP Scroll, coming back into the fight with teleportation. No Ame means you're playing this fight 4v5.
Do they commit completely here for Gaimin Gladiators? Dispose on Tofu, Pirate Cloak, as well as that Blade Mail, Spirit Siphon. He nullified Marcy and now has that Hurricane Pike. I mean, this is just the results of a very farm Nature's Prophet, who is so tanky that even these 2 heroes going for just the Prophet can't get anything done. They'll start their attention onto the tier 4 towers, but you still don't have Ame for 50 seconds.
And you don't have Exo, you don't have damage. Maladich,
Hex, Static Storm upgraded with the Axe. They'll throw that Celestial Hammer, they'll kill XM. GG is called. Gaimin Gladiators will move on to the upper bracket final as they get the 2-0 over Xtreme.
oh man, what a performance from Gaimin. Game number 1, bringing out Phantom Lancer as 24 pick, and this one also having a bit of a global presence, taking it slowly.
Every single spell is being thrown at Watson to prevent him from doing damage. So you need that additional source of damage coming out from your team, because nobody's going to focus Tofu in these fights.